Real world test on a real world car with lots of swirls and everything is going to really test this wax. We're going to do the hydrophobicity comparison between essentially dead paint and hopefully super hydrophobic paint. And it's a very subtle smell. Karl likes to do a survey and he doesn't look very happy. So what have you found, Carlos? So Karl's nodding his head. That means enough of Andrew talking. Let's start testing.
So I've got my wax, I've got my applicator. Less is more when it comes to applying a wax. So the minimum cure time that the manufacturer recommends is 15 minutes. Quite a few over the last certainly year or so that some have claimed that it's got this swirl reduction, and we haven't seen anything.
Good stuff. So that's one claim we substantiated. That is just flying off. I'm just keen to look at the hydrophobics. Don't swear. I'll leave that with it because it shows your passion. Let's see what happens. You probably know what we're going to say about this wax. €35 for 200 millilitres.
Gloss. I'm the last one, hydrophobicity. Holy mother of God. Where do I see this? Anyone can use this, from beginner to pro.
I don't think we need to say anything more, do we?
Nothing more to say.
Nice one. Okay, so testing time. Swippyy Premium Ceramic Carnauba Wax. Now it comes very, very well presented in this box. You get a green applicator and you also get 200 millilitres of the actual wax itself. Now, limitation of traditional carnauba waxes, yes, they give you that warm glow, but in terms of longevity, they're not particularly robust. The addition of ceramic gives a bit more chemical resistance, hopefully a bit more longevity of the wax itself, and enhances the water behaviour. So you should get enhanced beading and enhanced sheeting. Now we see a lot of wax testing where the car's immaculate and you're not giving enough opportunity for the wax to really do what it's done. So Karl, would you agree that a real world test on a real world car with lots of swirls and everything is going to really test this wax?
Most people that love to apply a wax, their cars have got probably minor correctional stuff to the paint that needs doing, so they're using wax as a love. So
absolutely, a lot of people at home are just going to wash and wax their car, which is essentially what we're doing. So Karl's done the tape down the middle. We're going to apply the wax to one side. We're going to do the hydrophobicity comparison between essentially dead paint and hopefully super hydrophobic paint, because that's what the manufacturers profess this wax does. So I think we're going to have to get the wax out and start playing.
I think we're time to crack on. So I've got my wax, I've got my applicator. What I'm going to do is take a swipe. I'm only going to load up the pad by a small amount, because with anything, less is more when it comes to applying a wax. So I'm just going to spread this a little bit across part of my panel, because then I can pick that wax up as I'm applying. And the first thing I can tell you now, it is a very oily wax and therefore it is really easy to spread. It's actually quite joyful in spreading this wax. Another thing about this wax is cure time. So the minimum cure time that the manufacturer recommends is 15 minutes. However, it's got no backstop, so you can leave it over 12 hours if you want to, and this wax should easily be able to be removed.
So Karl, what's that benefit people at home use? You know what I mean? Because we have some waxes, you've literally got to go round and remove them within 5 minutes. What's the benefit of?
So the benefit of having a wax that's going to take longer to cure means that you can essentially wax the whole of your car without having to worry about taking it off.
So essentially you can wax your entire car, leave it, come back and remove it.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
And there you go. It is as easy as that to apply.
So we're going to go and have a brew. We're going to give it, like Karl said, that initial 15 minutes. How long do you want to leave it, Karl? Should we leave it an hour?
Might as well. I think an hour's a good time, because then we're testing, I wouldn't say the extreme time measures for this, but we're certainly giving it enough time.
Yeah, and that's probably how long it's going to take to properly wax a car, between half an hour and an hour. So we're going to come back and we'll see Karl trying to remove it.
1 hour later.
So we're back here after an hour and we're going to go and try and remove the wax now. However, earlier on, okay, we had a test panel and we tried removing that after 15 minutes, came off a doddle. So I'm expecting this to hopefully come off really easily. And I'm not disappointed. Coming off so easily. And I'm telling you what,
that is just flying off.
It is flying off, but you know when we did some of our other previous waxes, the last wax we tried, and I said the finish brought out the metal fleck. Although this paint is tired, the wax has done a phenomenal job of making the paint look fantastic.
So in terms of removal times, 15 minutes comes off easy, an hour comes off easy.
Yeah, I've really got no complaints about this whatsoever. It is so easy to remove.
So we're now going to go on to testing some of the other claims. Now, one of the claims suggests it's good for masking swirls. We're thinking sort of enhancing the depth of colour, bringing the fleck up and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to try and pick it up with these two. Okay, so hopefully this is the side that we've applied the wax, and you can see there's still some swirls, but as you go across the line, you can quite clearly, do you agree with that, Karl?
Yeah, because the swirls here, a lot, and then as you move across, it hasn't got rid of all the swirls, but you have seen a significant reduction in the swirls, I think.
I think there's a huge difference. That's going back to the other side, look at them all, and then going back to the side that we have applied the wax. Karl made a valid point though, it seems to bring the fleck out a bit more as well. We don't think there's much sort of depth of colour enhancement, but certainly there's fillers in this wax doing a good job, because...
Which has got to be one of the first waxes we've said that have said they've got this filling capability and actually have a filling capability to it.
Absolutely.
Because we've tested quite a few over the last certainly year or so that have, some have claimed that it's got this swirl reduction, and we haven't seen anything. However, when we came to this one, there was a definite reduction in swirls.
So are we endorsing that claim as well?
I am endorsing that claim.
I am as well.
Well, I reckon we should do the rest of the car.
But leave one panel not done, so we can get the jet washer out and get the...
Well, we've only done half of this bonnet anyway.
Exactly, so we'll leave that one,
yeah,
and we'll do the rest of the car.
Absolutely.
And then we'll get the pressure washer out. I'm just keen to look at the hydrophobics.
I really want to know how this performs.
Because we do like our beads.
We do love a good bead.
Anyway, we're talking rubbish now, aren't we?
That's unlike us, isn't it?
Absolutely, we'll carry on waxing the car.
So we have completely waxed the car and we've buffed off any of the excess. So it's now on to possibly our favourite test, which is the Hydrophobicity Test. So let's see how well this beads and sheets. Oh, actually. Look. Mate, they're not staying on.
Oh, it's looking good. Keep
These
going,
are
Carlos. Oh, look at them.
These are unreal.
Is it time for Andrew to try and get a photograph?
Good luck is all I'm going to say on that, because that's not staying.
Come back. Right.
That's unreal.
I'm struggling. I'm going to have to switch to video.
Mate, if you come from the side, you see the size of those beads.
Keep
The
spraying
contact,
again.
the contact angles are unreal. Even slowing down
That is lovely.
Even slowing down the spray is not helping us here.
Look at that. Just gliding
Yeah,
off.
but come round.
That is impressive. Very
That
impressive.
is...
So, beading test.
I
Very,
would say
very
that's
successful.
a bloody big tick.
Absolutely. Right, we're going to do the runoff test, then we are going to get the jet washer out for the YouTube special.
Oh, God. That's just gliding off.
This is very, very promising.
This is almost, well, hypnotic.
You are literally drying the car using water.
Oh.
Very, very impressive. Sorry about the bright light. We're going to get the jet washer out and do a side-by-side, because you want your hypnotic effect, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I love the hypnotic effect.
I'm well impressed. Go for it, Carlos. So this is the side that we have not applied the wax on, that was dead.
Absolutely. And it's still dead.
And it's still dead.
And the reason why I'm laughing is because some of the water went onto the other side and I'm seeing it already.
Roger, okay, let's have a look then.
Oh, that's
lovely.
That is incredible.
Do it again then, do both sides. Can actually see the difference already. Go for it, Karl. Look at them, look at them. We are very impressed. Okay, so that's testing all over. You probably know what we're going to say about this wax, but Carlos, over to you. So
Thank you.
35 euros for 200 millilitres.
An absolute steal. And I'm going to give you my reasons why it's an absolute steal. First of all, 200 mils of this. Ease of application and ease of removal, phenomenal. One of probably the easiest waxes we've ever had for application and removal.
For removal, 100%.
When we go to all the other claims, so we say about swirls.
Definitely.
It definitely did hide some of the swirls. Some of the lighter swirls did, the heavier swirls probably not, but definitely said it could cover swirls.
Absolutely.
Gloss, it has made a difference to the fleck of the paint.
And it probably does look glossier because we've filled in some of the... But in terms of isolated gloss, maybe.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
But the last one, hydrophobicity. Holy mother of God. It is probably one of, if not the most hydrophobic wax we have ever tested.
We were discussing it. We've got our top 3. I can't remember, and you can go and look back at all our videos. I can't remember water beads that stood up almost like pyramids.
Yeah, they were coming back on themselves, which I've never seen.
Not that big. We've had some really good ones, but yeah, absolutely.
So, as an overall wax, it is phenomenal. Now, as for the whole cathartic enjoyment of wax application, it doesn't hit all the marks because it's not the strongest smelling. I didn't get that joy when you apply a wax that's got a nice scent to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a plastic pot. The pour, there's not much emphasis on the quality of the pour and everything. You know, when we're looking at it, I'll take some photographs. You know, it comes like that. So is that what you're saying from the full experience?
Full experience, it's not quite there. But where do I see this? Anyone can use this, from beginner to pro. And I think for a pro, this is an absolutely phenomenal product.
How long did it take us to apply and then remove? Minutes.
Minutes. And then you're waiting for a bit, maybe for the pro, the waiting 50 minutes may not. But when you're
other
talking
stuff
about,
though, can't you?
Yeah, but when you're talking about, you start on the panel and you work your way around the car, and especially from a pro on their own, by the time you've got round and finished that car, you're now starting to take off. It's a phenomenal product. It generally is.
But it's a functional wax. It's there to be used. The emphasis on this is for it to be used, and you're getting great performance. For the price point, we don't usually discuss price, but relative to the performance, 35 euros for that and what it can do is superb. Not sure what's in it. I mean, we've tested a lot of ceramic sort of carnauba waxes, and they don't perform like that. The only thing we can't substantiate is that 6 months claim. Now, my personal opinion is 6 months for a wax is, as you know, I usually half it.
Yeah.
But we've got no reason to doubt it at the moment, but we'll come back and we'll have a look. But
even if you get 3 months, 2 or 3 months out of that, I would still use it because, you know, all the bits that we've spoken about previously just gives it such a big green tick.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Out of nowhere, this one, out of nowhere. So it's the first wax. Is it the first wax we've done 2025? I think Ghost Wax was last year. So a fantastic start to it. So whoever sent it to us, thank you very much. It's a brilliant wax from what we've seen so far. And like I said, it's definitely one you want to use. And I totally agree with you. Pros, if they do have people wanting wax on the car, it is so time efficient. There's immediate results. It definitely masks those swirls, so from a professional and a home user, you're getting an aesthetic improvement. If this gives you 3 months plus, this is the complete package from a functional wax to be used.
Absolutely.
I don't think we need to say anything more, do we?
Nothing more to say.
No, we'll give you a quick spin round. It's not about the final results on this. This car is battered. You saw when we were removing the wax, this car is shot to bits. But it gives a perfect vehicle test bed to test some of the properties of this wax. So until the next video, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you starting it?
No. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nice one. Laters.